Hello everyone, welcome to Excellence IAS Academy. Here we will discuss the president rule. What is the context? You all knows that recently the president has imposed a president rule in Manipur. But what is the reason? Before going to discuss why president rule has been imposed in Manipur, we will discuss the what is president rule and also we will discuss why president rule can be imposed in any state. Let us begin. President rule is also called state emergency and also called constitutional emergency. Constitutional emergency. Why? We'll see that. The president can impose this particular emergency, means constitutional emergency in any state under two articles. The one is Article 356. This 356 article says that if a president satisfied that the situation arises in any particular state in which the state government cannot be carried accordance with the constitutional provisions. Constitutional provisions. Because of this, a president rule can be imposed in any state. Under Article 365, it says that central government gives direct to any particular state. If any state fails to implement these particular directives of the central government or union government. In this condition, again, the president satisfied that situation arises in the state in which the state government cannot be carried accordance with the constitutional provisions. Here you can note that constitutional provision means the constitutional machinery in the state have failed to carry accordance with the constitution. Because of this, the state is the emergency or president rule is called constitutional emergency in this context. After the president impose on the two grounds, this is executive, right? President will impose in any state. It is not discretionary of the president, but he should impose this president rule on the advice of the Council of Ministers. In the first case, under Article 356, this president can impose a president rule in any state if the governor of the particular state, submit a report to the president to impose the president rule in any state. On this condition, president can impose a constitutional emergency in any particular state. Even without the governor's report, president can declare a constitutional emergency in a particular state. These are the two conditions the president can consider before imposing president rule in any state. This is the executive order, right? Executive order. This executive order should be approved by the parliament. Means there is a checks and balances. Executive, if takes any action, this should be accountable to the legislature, right? Here parliament should approve this particular president rule imposed in any state within the 2 months. Within the 2 months. This approval should be done with a simple majority. Simple majority. Simple majority is the majority of the members present and voting. This is called simple majority. This after approval, the president rule in any state can be continued for 3 years. The maximum period president rule can be imposed in any state is 3 years. But the one-time approval is not applicable here. The applicable is that every 6 months, if central government wants to continue this president rule in any state up to 3 years, there is a need for approval every 6 months. If the parliament approve the president rule every 6 months, the president rule will be continued for 3 years period in particular state. This is the time period. But with respect to judicial review, is that president rule can be questioned in any court? Yes. 35th Constitutional Amendment Act inserted a section, means article in the constitution by provision saying that the imposition of the president rule in any state cannot be questioned in any court. But 44th Constitutional Amendment Act in 1978 deleted this particular provision. And again, in S.R. Bommai case, in 1994, Supreme Court had said that the imposition of the president rule in any state can be questioned in any court on the ground that there was a irrelevant material or irrelevant ground or extraneous grounds are used to impose president rule in any state. On these grounds, this imposition of the president rule can be questioned in any court of law. Supreme Court had said that in SR Bommai case. But what are the proper grounds can be considered by the president while imposing the president rule? Right. In SR Bommai case itself, SR Bommai case, Supreme Court enlisted some of the grounds, proper grounds on which the president rule can be imposed in any state. One is hung assembly. Hung assembly. What is hung assembly? Hung assembly is nothing but any particular party have got majority in the election held in the particular state. For example, if the election held in Telangana, no single party have got majority. Because of this, no single party have got majority. Because of this, no single party not able to form a government in particular state. In this condition, there is a hung assembly. In this condition, president can impose president rule. Second one is that ministry means the government in the state have resigned from the position, and no other party is able to form a government, and no party in the state is able to form a government in a state. Third one is that the election is held and one party got majority. One party got majority in the state, right? But this party which got majority in the election is not willing to form a government. Not willing to form a government in the state. In this case also, the situation has arisen in which the state government cannot be carried according to the provisions of the constitution. Hence, in this condition also, a president can impose a president rule in any state. And fourth one is that if the state government violated the directions given by the central government, we already saw that under the article 365. In this condition also, a president can impose a president rule in any state. And fifth one is that there is a internal subversion. Internal subversion. What this means? State government carrying the governance or administration in the state which is violating the provisions of the constitutions. Provisions of the constitution, which is leading to violent revolt. Violent revolt in the state. This internal disturbance can be used to impose a president rule in any particular state. And sixth one is that it is a physical breakdown. Physical breakdown means state government, any state government in any state is fundamentally violating the constitutional provisions, deliberately violating the constitutional provisions. In this condition also, a president can impose a president rule in any state. But recently, president rule has been imposed in Manipur. We'll come now why the president rule has been imposed in the Manipur. Manipur is witnessing president rule. Why? Recently, Byron Singh, a CM, ex-CM, resigned from the post. Why? There was a violent conflict in the state, right? Violent conflict in the state. Because of this, the BJP government, under which Byron Singh was a CM, he handled this violent conflict in a different manner. Means he has not handled this conflict in a suitable manner. Because of there is a differences of opinion within this particular BJP party. This led to resign of the Byron Singh as a CM. And BJP didn't find any common candidate who can be the CM. Because of this, even though BJP has a majority in the Manipur, it is not able to form a government again in the Manipur. Because of these reasons, there is violent conflict and BJP still having majority in the state is not able to form the government. So president assumed that there is a situation has been arised in Manipur in which the state government cannot be carried according to the provisions of the constitution. Because of this, the state or constitutional emergency has been declared in the Manipur. This is the 11th time the constitutional emergency has been declared in the Manipur. But which state is the highest constitutional emergency? So thank you for watching the video.